morning. This is Al with Gin and Cotton. I'm doing something a little different. We're changing it up. I'm going to throw in a couple little short stories here. We won't be doing that. This is not your July podcast. These are just some funnies that have happened to me in a gin. In the time that I've worked in a cotton gin, I've had people ask me, you've been in there so long, I'm sure you've seen lots of different things. And of course, we do deal with different personalities. A lot of people that we hire are either traveling, or they're right out of prison or right out of school. So mostly people that don't have a full-time job somewhere. One year I hired a man and he was like fresh out of prison, just right out of that. We have the Smith unit here in Lamesa. He was fresh out of prison. He was probably 5'8" and just spent all of his time in the gym while he was in prison. He was built, jacked. He was a big dude, covered in tattoos all over his face. Really nice guy. But he had one quirk about himself, and all day long, all he would talk about is how bad he was. I'm a bad sucker. I'm a bad sucker. I'll whip anybody. I'm bad. All day long he talked about it. And he worked for me probably 3 weeks before we started. And every day I'd hear how bad he was. And so I decided that he would be a good guy to put on the bird truck. At this time, I still owned my bird trucks. So we kind of started a little bit late, so we ran a couple of bales and it started getting dark. Well, he was out on the bird truck. Very simple job. It's a dirty job, but a very simple job. You pop the doors, drop the birds, close the doors and drive off and dump the birds. Simple process, right? Well, we kind of got going a little bit. I came in the office to give me a cup of coffee and I'm sitting here and we have big lights that shine on the birdhouse. And I'm sitting there drinking my coffee and I look out this big picture window I have here on this one side. And I can't even see the truck. Like the truck has, the birdhouse has overflowed and he hasn't driven off. So it's dark by now. And he hasn't driven off. And the birds are piled up so high on the bird truck that they're just flowing down. And so you can't see any part of the truck at all. So I panic. I think, oh my gosh, he's had a heart attack or something out there. Something's wrong. And so I run in, tell him to shut the gin down. And for one, I get out there and the truck's running. So we have a spark problem. That thing catches a spark and we burn the truck and the man and half the gin down out there. So we're panicking and we go into dog crawling model. I mean, we're digging, we're throwing burrs and getting out, and I get the door just visible and I grab the handle and I throw that handle open and I hear just the grandest squalling you've ever heard in your life. Keep in mind, this man has spent 3 weeks telling me how bad and tough he is. And I open that door and he is curled up in the fetal position in the front seat of that bird truck. And I'm hollering, what's going on? What happened? And he said, I'm sorry, but I'm afraid of the dark. And I'm thinking, I've spent 3 weeks listening to how bad you are and how nobody could touch you, but you're afraid of the dark? If you're that bad, what's out here is going to get you. So anyways, with that being said, there's another story for us, but never hurts to be a really tough dude and afraid of the dark. It doesn't ever work out real well, but that's another Punk and Center story for you. I'll keep coming with some more.